Welcome to Byte-Sized Tutorials, where we break down complex topics into quick, easy to digest lessons. Let's deploy our first pod today. A pod is the smallest deployable unit in Kubernetes and represents one or more containers that share the same network and storage. Pods are designed to run a single instance of an application or a tightly coupled group of applications. Each pod has its own IP address, making it possible for containers within the pod to communicate with each other easily. Before deploying a pod, make sure you have Minikube and Kube Control installed. These are prereqs for setting up a local Kubernetes cluster and interacting with it. You can find the setup instructions in this tutorial's README file here. If you haven't already, let's first start Minikube. This command will spin up a local Kubernetes cluster. It may take a few minutes depending on your system. Then check the status of your Minikube cluster. Now that the Minikube is running, let's move on to deploying your first pod. To create a pod, start by writing a simple YAML file to define the pod's configuration. Here's an example of a basic YAML file. In this example, we are defining a pod named my first pod that runs a container using the nginx image with port 80 exposed. Save this file as pod.yaml and then deploy it using the command kubecontrol apply -fpod.yaml. After deploying, you can check the status of your pod by running kubecontrol get pods. If the pod is running, congratulations, you have just deployed your first pod in Kubernetes. If there are any issues, you can inspect the pod's details using kubecontrol describe pod command. To see your pod in action, you need to expose the pod as a service using kubecontrol expose pod command, and then find the Minikube IP and NodePort, and then use it to access the pod in the browser. When you're done, you can use kubecontrol delete command to delete the pod in service. That's it about deploying a pod. In the next tutorial, we will explore using Kubernetes deployments to manage replicas and automate updates.